Hello and welcome back to Scatterbrook Farm Garden Designs. Okay, a viewer has contacted me and said that they've watched my videos and they've noticed that a lot of my designs are like inside a square wall or inside a square fence. Is there a reason for this? Because they've got their stuff all over the farm and they've just got it randomly all over the farm. Is there a specific reason why I do all my designs in squares? Well, the reason that I do it in squares is because I can concentrate on that one feature. It's almost impossible to do a feature for the whole farm. In one big area, it's just too big. So if I was doing, like I say, this feature here, that's just in a square, built up in a square. So when you go onto the video, onto my farm, you start off here, don't you? And that one feature catches your eye straight away, and you could be there 2 or 3 minutes just looking at it, looking at the garden in the front, zooming in, zooming back out, and that there is just an example of why I do it in squares. Just that one little area. The planted area there, well, everybody's got squares and rectangles. I don't have to go tell you about that one. But the farmhouse and the garden, one big rectangle area, you see. So I do the wall around the outside like I do in all my videos, and then I landscape all the inside. So it just makes it a little bit more private. It keeps it away from that area. It keeps it away from that area. And again, when you go onto the farm, you're naturally drawn to that area because it's sectioned. It's in a rectangle or in a square. Same with the animals there. Rectangle area, fenced area around, and that's private again. It keeps you away from everything else. There's a V area there, like a triangle area there. I can't zoom out enough, but it's like a V where it comes down here and then back up there. Little rectangle area there by the shop and the coffee shop. Again, it's got its own little area there, decorated, rather than just putting it randomly. The smelters, the bees there, look, couple of rectangles. Rectangle area for all the machines. Rectangle there. Again, private on its own. So you've got the fence around the outside, the trees just around the outside, and then you can put your feature into there. Same with that, just a little square, and all that goes into that little area. But again, it's a square, but it's effective. You can get everything to look really, really nice in that one area. So you can sort of go from there to there, and that stands out straight away in its own little square. Same with this here. So it's all, each design has got its own little quarters. Whatever you look at, whatever I've designed, it's got its own little square or rectangle. But in fact, when you zoom out and you look at the whole farm, it still looks all as one. And that's the way that you can put the squares and the rectangles together. So not only are you now creating a whole farm that's all linked together, each design is private and individual. It's all got its own, it's got its own. Down here, there's a square there, and there's a square there. Now all I've done there is put that there in between. So I've concentrated on that area there, landscape that, got that to look really nice, and then do this area here to make that look nice. And then when you zoom out, those two areas join together, and again it's an area that you can, you know, you look at it and it catches the eye, and you're like, wow. And you spend a few minutes looking at all the design and what this person has done. I've been clearing land up here. I got this bit and this bit to get rid of. I've just been doing this area here. You see, again, you see there's another square area there. Doing that, my second fountain. So I got some more bamboos to go in. They're actually built into the fountain in this one. But again, all that is in a square. Got the bridge. The water's going to come under this side and then down this edge and meet up with there. Fallen tree there in the corner where the kids go and sit on there and throw stones and sticks or whatever they do. So again, those square and rectangle areas, when you zoom out, I can't zoom out enough, but you can see that they all go together. But even though they're together, they all look as one. It's very clever how it's done, but you know, this is what I've learned from a young age, you know, with my designing. And this is how you get the best out of your designs, you know. Now I'm not saying that, you know, what farms what you've got on your farms is wrong. How you placed it out is wrong. You know, I've seen some beautiful farms. Believe me, I've seen some really, really nice designs. But some of the designs are really nice, but they've been spoilt because they're just masked with loads and loads of stuff all around them, and I'm thinking, oh no, you know. But that's entirely up to them. I mean, I'm not saying there's that what players are doing with their gardens is wrong. You know, it's their gardens. If they're happy with their designs, fair play to them. I'm just explaining to you and to this viewer, you know, why I work in squares and rectangles. I mean, if we go into the paper, let's just pick level 95. This is just completely random. Okay. Now, as you can see on this, they've got a few features going there. A little wall round there, and a little carriage sat there in the corner. But they're not, they haven't put the design in one big square area to stand out. When you zoom out now, your eyes are wandering down this area here. It's not, because there's stuff placed out everywhere. That's a nice little area there, you see. Now, if there was a wall down to the front of here, and then add on this for another feature, it would look absolutely awesome. But, you know, it's Lara, yeah, Lara. You know, she's happy with her farm. She's got things how she wants them, you know. You can go to another one. I'm not saying any of this is wrong. I'm just showing you why I work in squares and rectangles. Nice little area there. So I mean, there are some designs that are really, really nice. You know, lots of people have trees and that lot to make coins and everything, so they want the room on their farms. Everybody's got their different reasons for their different farms. There's a level 146 there. There's another one there. Lovely little area there, you see, with the bees and the squirrels. Now again, see, I went onto there and straight away I zoomed into there because it stood out, because it's sectioned off. It's a rectangle. There's the rectangle straight away. And what I did is I went from there, I was skipping along here, I was skipping along, and then I came to that area there, and it caught my eye. So that's what I'm saying about squares and rectangles. As soon as I went onto the farm, I looked there, nothing caught my eye there. Nothing caught my eye there. So I'm just going across, nothing caught my eye, and then all of a sudden, bingo. Straight away, stands out. And now, those animals that you've got there are incorporated with the bees and the squirrels. Now, if they used to do that all over the farm, you know, you'd have a feature for each, you know, each square or rectangle, there would be a feature. And people would, you know, players would look at it and say, wow, look at that, and on to there. And they go down to there. There's the animal area there. If I was to say anything there, it's just a little bit too large, you know. Close everything up a little bit, but they've got the wall going around the outside. Those steps going up there, that's lovely. So lots of players work really, really hard. You can see the designs that they do. Loads and loads of different designs. And I mean, look at this one. Look. That's just random. How lovely does that look? You know, that's just plain and simple. Path around the outside. The log flowers around the outside. He's got his trophies and the tractor in the middle. Straight away, as soon as you go onto the farm, I zoomed in on it. I wanted to look at it. And that's what you get with squares. And again, there it is, a square. Then you go up to there. He's got all those, look. All private. Squares and rectangles. Another one there. There's a big square there with a maze. So again, you look at it. Oh, that's nice. Look at that through there. You go on down here. It's planted area, but you can see the idea. He's got the big rectangle there. He's got the big square there. So they're separate features, but they go together. Really, really nice. Got the animals down the bottom there. Yeah. You know, there's not a right way and there's not a wrong way. All I'm just saying is this viewer wanted to know why I work in squares and rectangles, and could I explain why I do it? And this is why I do it. You know, this is I've learned from a young age with all my designing. Again there, look, you see, there's a big square there that they've got that. And straight, what did I do? I zoomed in straight away. It catches the eye. Top corner there. This area here probably look nice with a wall around the outside and then something joined onto it here. Nice little area there. You see, that's a big rectangle area with the bees and everything. If you can do those, your areas, your farms with rectangles and squares with a feature in each one, you'll hit the jackpot. It'll look the best. So that is all my farm is. Squares and rectangles, each individual feature. And all those features with those squares and rectangles all joined together to make one big farm that you can just, you could spend a long time just looking at each individual one. You're not looking at a farm like this where there's stuff all over the place and you, oh, what's that there? And you know, look at the difference. That could be somebody's farm there with loads of trees everywhere and rocks and odds and sods all placed around, and then all of a sudden you go to that. So I hope it helps you, Raj. That's the reason that I, you know, why I work in squares and rectangles, because I can basically, you know, make a rectangle and design in that rectangle, and I know that that area is what I've got to design in, and then I can move to the next area, and then automatically that will join to that area. But what it does is it keeps each feature separate from the other, unless I want to do what I've done here and join the two together. But certainly designs like this, it's private, it's on its own, it's away from, you know, there's nothing else around it, but there is, if you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? It's all this here, private, little stile there to go over into the farm. But even though it's there on its own, it's still linked, and that's what gives you your overall farm. Not like this, like that. And that's how I do all my designs on all my farms. That's just how I do it. That's how I feel that I get the best out of all my designs. So yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, pass these all these videos, share the links to all your friends that play Hay Day. And like I know I keep saying it, but the more people that watch the videos, the more people I can help. So until the next video, stay safe everybody, take care of yourselves, and happy designing. So we'll see you in the next video. Cheerio.